So good morning. Me and Edith were playing the other day. Yeah, we were playing with Eberspacher. And I'm going to go through, it's been a while since I set up a video, but I am going to take one apart for you. Because it was locked out on a customer and they pushed the button too many times on the timer and it locks out. And then I needed Edith to help me get it unlocked. And then when it fired up, just like that. So I'm going to set you up here and hopefully get you to watch me take this thing apart and learn a little bit of something. And it's been a while. It is a Eberspacher D5WSC. And this number is really important if you're using Edith, which is the program to get in it, the software computer. That's the only way your computer will talk to it, is by having this tag and this number. Anyways, it has 314 hours on it, I know that. And it will be fun to see what's in there, because it was snap, crackle, and pop like Rice Krispies. So let's just set up and start taking it all apart. You gotta remember how to do this, because, you know, it's been a while. It's nice to have a woodworking bench vise so that you can pinch this nice little aluminum housing in it in some wood versus a steel vise. So we'll start by taking this stuff apart. All these little screws. You got to pay attention to what screws you got going on, because there's several lengths of them. It's going to be a long video, so I hope you stick around for it, because what I'm basically going to do is just get you into it and show you what you have to do in order to clean one and rebuild it. You can't take it apart willy-nilly, because you need that kit right there. It's called an HD5M kit, and it's got all your little, these are the two most important things in the kit. They are the gaskets between the burn chamber and the one between the cooling section. A lot of people, they get destroyed because they're old and hot and been used for so long that they never come apart good. And so you need them, because if you don't have good seal there, you're going to end up with air infiltration, and then your fuel won't venturi properly inside there. Like, I know what I'm talking about, but it's pretty simple, straightforward, if you've done a few of them, like this guy has. If I screw up, oh well. Okay, them are all the same length. And we've got a T25 Torx, and then we're going to need a T20, I do believe, for the other end. Basically, there's your cover. A cover. Goes to the side. This is your fuel pump. Green and green don't much matter where they go when you go back to it. We just pull that off and pull this off. Fuel line. Now we are going to go into this is the water pump. Okay. And there are some, you can't just willy-nilly jerk it off of there. Haha, I said jerk it off. So there's a little plastic plug here. Back it out. That is, let me see if that is original to this thing. And usually you can find casting numbers on here, how old this thing is. 4 of 14, so 2014 this version was made in. There's a little number right there. At least that gets you close. Okay, there's going to be... Okay, we'll get to that. Next, there's O-rings in here that come in the kit. There's O-rings for the temperature sensors that come in the kit. There's a fuel filter that comes in the kit for this. There's your fuel metering pump. And let's put that away for now. And let's remove that fuel metering pump on the top end here. Here's where you're going to come into some different lengths of screws, I think. That depends on the version. But anyhow, it really is straightforward. And I have a what do you call it, a fetish for these things, because I like to get inside and see how bad they are. How corroded, or not corroded, but how carboned up they are, and how you can make them run better. Tune them up. Tune them up, Chuck. There is a short one and a holder. And so we can take this off. You gotta feed your wires through. One at a time, maybe, huh? Uno. Two. Okay, so then your metering pump is just sitting inside here in a rubber grommet type thing. That comes out all the way through. And then there's a filter right in here, which is this little guy. It is tiny, 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 but that is usually a culprit of some crap, because this is off a skidder. This is one of the first ones I ever mounted on a machine. So we'll set that aside. Ouch! We'll set that aside. And we will continue. The next little thing to do is to... Whoop, that's the wrong tool. I like to use Mr. Nipix. And just ever so gently pop them out, because there too is an O-ring that needs to be replaced. Gently. Okay, so we got all our wires free basically. And this is the air pump. I've had one in my career that has been crap. The rest not so much. So what I'm going to just do is tip it up a little bit here. So I like my woodworking vise. It's handy dandy. It's a handy dandy kind of a thing. And I got to adjust this little camera. Okay. So here is where you got the T20. These little screws. And now I'll get to it in a second. Bear with me, okay? Back to the bigger one. Two lengths here of screws. Guaranteed. I was surprised the other day when I started it. It just was barking and farting and making all kinds of racket. And smoked the whole shop up. So I decided I'm going to take it apart. and clean it so that Mr. Skitterman don't have any problems. And then later I'll put out there's the longer one. So let me get back to this. When you pull this off, there is a plug-in right in here that you have to be very, very careful of. And I'll see if I was in here. Yeah, I've been in here before. Bitty clip, I don't know if you can see it or not, that this gets so brittle, this plastic, from being hot, that it the clip that clips it together usually fails. So you basically just grab it and pull it apart like that. So this is the guy that tells everything what to do in there. The brain. To end with the tag on it. Now mind you, this is, like I said, from, I'll bet you, 2014. So 9 years on it. So we set that aside, and the other thing to watch for here is this just slides off. This is insulation. A lot of guys just yank this off, and then this insulation gets all chewed to you know what. Okay, so that's the intermediate section with your intake. This is your exhaust. We set that aside, and now we can take this whole enchilada and see what's in the burner. This all just kind of comes out as one unit. And we'll see what's in there for cookies and crumbs. Another different size screw. It's really hard to screw up putting it back together because there's, you know, different sizes screws. But here's where the gaskets are going to show. And we'll see firsthand what happens. I haven't had this apart, so you guys are coming with me. Alright, it's stuck together pretty nicely. Not bad. Oh, not bad at all. I can put this one right back together, I think. I can, without putting the... See, I didn't break the gaskets right here. And that one came out complete. So I think, nah, I'm in this far. Let's put the kit in. Let's put the kit in. That's what we're here for. Don't be vacillating on your decisions, Mike. Okay. Okay, so there's the other gasket that you can see here. The airflow, I'll pull it off. Here's one of them that's shot. The screen also comes out. It needs to be replaced. And your gasket, like I was talking about, you can see where the air comes through the air thingy, creates the swirl. Your fuel comes out of here. This is the glow rod. This is the exhaust port, so that goes into this, down the hole, starts your flameage, and so we're going to discard that. These two, and this one. Get you on camera here. See, it just becomes brittle. And then another thing to look at when you're in here is, oh yeah, we can burn, oh yeah. We can do a little cleaning in there. There's crumbs and whatnot in there. And these holes have to be cleared out. Very clean. They have to be very, very clean. And so what I do, generally speaking, is this is made out of some sort of stainless casting. And then it's welded to pipe. And like I said, I don't have to do anything with that. There's hardly any soot in there. But it builds up where the fuel comes in and in those holes. So what I like to do is, I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, we're that far, I can just take you over there and do that right now. What I like to do is pretty straightforward, because this thing takes a hell of a lot of heat. Is I just grab this guy and I burn it out. I burn it. Pretty straightforward. Get it as hot as you can. Then I go take her, blow the air out of it, or blow air through it, get the chunks of carbon out of it. And you'll see that raw fuel is starting to chooch out of the end, because that's where all the fuel gets mixed. So we'll just burn that until it's a crispy crunchy. Then I'll go run it through the sink with some soap water and hot butter, if you will. Soap and water, and clean all the crumbs out of there. Oh, see, raw fuel. You're always going to have that to some degree. But those two little, these two little holes right there and this hole are very, very mucho grande importante. So I just let that cook for a little bit. Get all those residuals out of there. And I said they turn to crunch then, and then we can just blow them out of there and then run some detergent and just palm olive or whatever you want through there. Okay, that's that. Let's go back to this. So it's straightforward and simple. Back to my little thingy here. I'm going to take that O-ring out, throw it in the discard pile. Actually, we're going to put it on the pump itself. It's a little bit easier, in my opinion. Okay, that's one. That's two. So that's ready to snap back in there. Check my little fire over here. Sure would be nice if I had something. I better keep that up there a little higher. Hope we're about burned out. Anyways, so then we got these two guys on this harness. I'm gonna pull these off with my really dull screwdriver. Don't want to use a sharp one, just Rex O-rings. Discard pile, new card pile. Pretty straightforward, eh? There's the other one. Discard. Recard. Oh, come on. Okay, so basically that's done. I'm going to open up this guy. Comes in the kit. Insert into hole. This one this little one I don't ever put in, because you have to take that whole thing apart, and it's really, really not, that's just what I do. You can do whatever the hell you want. You see that little air passage right there is where that air goes and atomizes that fuel out of here. It's amazing. take your little thumbnails and booger pickers, push that on there, trap that. Now we're going to do this. I know it's not the right wrench for the job, but we're going to do it. Put this over here, basically done. And we are going to use Mr. Adjustable and Mr. Knipex. I just say that because it's fun. Knipex. These aren't totally tight like that. That could have been a problem too. Air getting in there. So basically, ooh, look at the crumbs that came out of there. Ooh, 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 wonderful. That is why this is mucho importante. That fine stuff right there, and I'll show you. These are kind of a bugger to get out, but not too bad. %90 of your problems are going to come right there. Either that or water in the fuel. Bad fuel. These things really, when they work great. Okay, all the crap came out of it. It is right there. It's fairly clean, but they made a new one. It's better yet. So we're clean in there. That just goes back in, and I'm gonna blow through this just to blow the crap backwards. Oh, we can shut him off. He's cooked out. See how red that gets, and it doesn't hurt anything. Okay, so we're gonna blow this fuel line backwards. Get anything that could have been in there out. It's the most major problem on most of these older machines is they don't I'm just going to put this back together loose because I don't know the orientation yet until I reassemble it. This is so that filter don't fall out. So yeah, that's it basically. And then you got these two to put back together. When you're done, that's the kit. But right there, that was enough gooey. Look at that. That's like earwax. That disrupts your fuel flow, and you then get kind of screwed. Okay. I'm going to clean out that other thing and put this thing back together. Gotta get this one O-ring out yet. Failed to show you that, but it's okay. I was in the bathroom there in this utility sink, and I washed it out, and a bunch of big black chunks come out of there. And if you can see right here now, they are clear. I don't know if you guys can see that. Before there was chunkies in there. See how clean that is? See how clean that is? That's awesome. That one too. This one, there's a little bit in the corners. Let's see if I can scrape that out just a wee bit. I don't want to get, there's a screen in there, so you gotta be careful. Should be good. And so we're ready to put this thing back together. I hope I got enough battery juice for this. So I'm just going to tip it up again. Make sure that gasket surface is clear. Yeah, see, this isn't it's just soot. There's no buildup. There's no carb. There's just soot. That's okay. You don't have to get nuts on that. So you put that new gasketti in there. And this has to be lined up a specific way. And you'll see that in just un momento, por favor. It's pretty straightforward. See here? You can't really screw up. There's a notch. There's a notch. So you put it on there. And then there's also a flat on this. Right here. There's a flat spot. And this has to go into that screen. Sorry, that has to go. Yeah, like that. It isn't. This has to line up. In a few days, I guess. So basically you put that back together. Make sure that gasket is in its canach. You can do it the other way too. It's just the pincher like that, yeah. Pincher like so. Put her back in there. And there you are. The burn chamber has been completely reconnoitered. So we're going to put our screws back in. That one stays open. Loosey-goosey at first. Tip you down a little bit. GoPro, yeah, whatever. Hopefully we'll get this all put back together and... Oop, I'm going to turn you on too. Okay, so you're just watching me anyways. I'll have to do some editing. Editing! Oh, that's the fuel filter. We don't want that. It's junk. So... then I'm going to come back, and if you guys hang around, I'll show you the... I'll hook it back up to the sheen, and then I'll put my computer on it and show you the diagnostic tool. That's older than dirt, but I found it the other day. Snug these up just nice because you got that gasket, your brand new gasket, you're kind of compressing in there. So treat it like it's, you know, gentle bend. I didn't look in there, but that's clean. Ooh, nice. 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 Okay. So now we can put the your wires got to go through here. We can put this back on, which has to kind of, like I said, fit in them. Oh yeah, like that. And then you've got to hook up this plug. You have to just get in there with your fingers because they don't give you much room, and snap it in so you know it's snapped in. I don't know why I gotta show you, but I do. It's snapped in there. It ain't going anywhere. Alright, and then we are off because there's a little groove right there and there that this is to slide over and lock into. Okay. Now we can go back to the little screws. Bear with me. Just get these snug. Snug, 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 snug. I'm just anal, that's all there is to it. Okay, and we got this long belly goes there. And short goes there. What did you do, Mike? Oh, I don't have that guy in there, just perfect. Just a wee bit off. Okay. Fair enough. That can wreck your day if you don't know what you're doing. Snap, crackle, pop into your morning. Now let's stick the long one in first and see if we got it lined up. Oh yeah. See that? Wunderbar. Wunderbar. If you want, you can send me your heater and I'll do it for you for about, you know, a lot of money because I'm poor. Not really. The lot of money part. Poor, yeah. A lot of money. Hell, what the hell. Anyways, we're getting there. We're getting there. I did at one time have a special bench too. A bench. It was a compressor tank. You probably see some videos from years ago if you look for them. Old compressor tank that I made into a test stand. Okay, so these are going to go in nicely. I gotta make sure I don't have to. Right, okay. Just kind of got to push them in. You got to make a good seal. There, that one went right in. This one's being a little hoochie. It's so close to that port. Oh, this German stuff we're using. Well, maybe I did have it set. I just didn't feel it. There we go. We are back on. The wires were supposed to be in there earlier. This is the keeper. Just a little spring plate. Excuse me. Just like that. Snugger, snugger. Now we can put this guy back in. Because like I said, it goes in a specific spot. Like right. This little jobber has to sit in there like that. This tube has to go in that wire, or that, in between that stuff. These late. Once I get that with this, we're gonna tighten it up. So I'm pretty sure I got it where I need it. Slide this back off. And it's a nice flat surface, so basically you just got to snug it up. That Nipexes are so handy. Okay, so that can go back in there. This can get inserted through here, which it has to go through. And we are going to get it all in there. Mucho grande. Let's put that in first. This just isolates it, eh? You know what I mean, isolator? Slide that motor in there. Pump. Pumpa. And you slide these up through here. One at a time. Slide the other one up there. Okay, just like that. Pull out your slack. That's in a nice rubber grommet. Oh, and you got to make sure the fuel line comes up through here too. And you don't pinch these two wires. So basically, and then this, you see it? It goes in there. This little thing gets in its notch. There's a little notch for it. So basically we can plug the fuel meter and pump back in. Make sure they're seated all the way. Okay. And then we can proceed to put this water pump back on. If you remember, we need to connect Mr. Electricity, kind of flip it over, and then I should have greased them up, but I didn't. The O-rings. You get her just right, and you just kind of rock her back and forth. And you'll set down just like that. You'll feel it. And where did we go with the fuel lever? Right here. This is fine. I do believe they originally come with clamps, and zip ties are fine. Slide them back over the fuel line. There that is. And there that is. I got to put some screws in here. This one. And these two. This one goes through the cover. These two go through the cover. So, anyways, that's it. It's put back together. The next video I'll show you is it running on the machine. So I just got to put some screws underneath the screws. One. So maybe I'll just do that. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Make sure we don't pinch them. Okay. Got you, Red Rider. We're going to make sure we don't pinch that. How are we going to do that? We don't want to stay there. Probably like that. Up and over. I should be able to. Oh, okay, Mike, you do have one. Right there. That's how they do that. See, you know, you just. I got one more yet, too. Now I remember. These three have to go in first. Oh, firsty. Hopefully this works. Snuggy, snuggy, not over tighty, tighty. Now, she goes in and we don't have to worry about them wires at all because that screw is back there. The other most important part when I get it back together is this bleed screw. When I hook the antifreeze lines back up, you got to get the air out of it, and that's how you do it right there. You crack that screw and it kind of makes a mess, but you get antifreeze rolling all over the place. But you got to get the air out of it, otherwise it'll turn on to overheat and then it won't work. It'll say overheat and it'll shut down. Those little sensors are like, yeah, they'll shut it down in a heartbeat. So pretty basic tools to get her apart, huh? I can't believe I can talk this long. Okay, that's it. She's ready to go back in. All remanned. This comes in the gasket too, or the kit. This is if I was to take the heat exchanger apart. I've never, ever needed that. But it's always good to have in the kit. Both of them actually are for that. So, hasta lumbago. I'll bring you back when I got her fired up. So me and Edith are gonna do some work. In order to have this work, you have to have this Y adapter in this interface. So you take the plug-in, the heater is down there. I hope you're all catching that, but it's down there. That's where I mounted it many moons ago. And you need to plug this into that there, which is coming from the timer control up there yonder, because I just got her installed. And you plug that in there. So we've got that one, interface. Oh, then we go over here and I gotta adjust you a little bit. Okay, let's try this again. Heater, select heater. There we go. We are in a, no, Mike, we are in right here. So remember that number I talked about before, 2219? We got to scroll down to 2219, and there's actually two of them here. There's a universal, and then there's just a regular one. This has a S3, so I couldn't get it to run on this other one yesterday, so I went like this. Okay, so now I'll just do we're just going to do the whole thing. So now it's going to go through and it's going to, yep, it's a parking heater. Now you're going to see the water pump come on, flame sensor, temperature. You can hear the unit kick in. We mounted the exhaust pipe here a long time ago because that gets super hot, and the belly pans of these skidders is always full of crap. Okay, so the glow plug is giving voltage. Probably don't need my glasses on at this point. I did bleed the air out of it already also. I just wanted to show you this old school. They don't use this anymore, this program. You got to buy a $1,500 unit to test everything. Okay, you heard the motor just kick in. Metering pump is now working. It's giving us battery voltage over here. It gives you the actual item number. It's in the initial start, so. Oh, she took right off. She's got to get fuel in there because I cleaned it all out, remember? She's going like a bat out of hell. She's gonna. Oh, I like to hear that. Got air in the fuel. Okay, so she's gonna keep going because she just detected the flame. She just kicked into high. And we can watch the temperatures, how fast it's going up. This, if there was air in there, your overheat sensor would kick in. So you can basically tell what everything is on your, what's going on there. Oh, my antifreeze is burning off that I spilled. Cooler's, it's getting hot. Everything's getting hot. You gotta let it cook off. Whoa, look, we even got some sparklers. Cookies burning out of there. But look how clean she's running. Those little sparks are the remnants of the garbage I left in there from cleaning it, and what's in the exhaust pipe, because you never know for a year not running all the dirt, that mud, whatever gets in there. Yeah, she's cooking. Cooking good. I'm not going to convert that because I don't remember how. Flame sensor's at 300 centigrade, 295. Neat setup for the old stuff. Like I said, now they got new stuff and it's different. I don't need to save it. Okay, that's it. That's it in a nutshell, man. Now you know what a guy's got to go through for an Eberspacher. Wait a minute, I just look bald without this on. There. That's what you got to go through to get that thing to chooch and clean one, and hope you guys enjoyed that, because I did. I haven't done a long video in a long time, so I'm going to edit this up and we'll talk to you later. I did, like I said, if you look way back years ago, this is the first machine I ever put one of these on. And the control is, whoops, way up there. It's up in the corner. I made a, I TIG welded an aluminum box, and then I put the controller up there out of harm's way. So, got to do a little tidying up yet here with the wire, and we'll call it good. So, talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.